So today I want to talk to you about traveling and some tips and tricks that I use to basically pretty much travel, well, not for free, but pretty much close to that. So let's get into it. So number one website I would definitely recommend is Workaway. Check it out. I think it's like 40 euros a year, but you have all the communes there. You can get all the details. If you work in a hostel and live there, basically, I think you get paid minimum wage as well, which is fantastic. So imagine a scenario like I don't have a place to stay, I want to travel, something's going on. So this is the steps I would do to get myself out of the situation now. I would register on Workaway, then I would hitchhike to that place and stay somewhere. So basically on Workaway, usually you work for 4 hours a day, and then you get to stay in a place, you meet cool people, and also it's pretty fun. So you've got all types of accommodation there. You've got boats. I've even found this like gypsy commune type of thing in Berlin, which sounds fantastic. I just still haven't been there. Then also you've got communes and a different type of places. Some of them are more party based, some of them are more like yoga retreats. But since you're volunteering there, you don't need to pay to be staying there, and you get your food and accommodation covered while you're traveling. Great, innit? Another absolutely fantastic app is Couchsurfing, so that you get connected with the people that just are willing to give you a couch and just have a chat, and it's just great, you know. You have to fill out the profile, and since the pandemic it is paid, and it is like $2.50 a month. So all you gotta do there is register, fill out the profile, and then you just text people and say, hey, could I possibly crush it yours? Sometimes they say no, sometimes they say yes. It's just a matter of who you click with, but it's okay, you know. Some hosts accept last minute reservations, some don't, but you know, it's up to them. So since we've covered the accommodation, let's talk about transportation. Regarding the transportation, right, so you've got like cheap buses, and also there is hitchhiking. Hitchhiking is always an option. It's just uncomfortable. You just gotta stand there forever. It's not guaranteed that you're gonna get picked up. So I would look into like Flixbus and those services, because it's actually so cheap. I once got a ticket from Portugal to Madrid for 25 euros or something, or maybe 20. It was something like that. It's actually super cool. So if you want to do an international flight and you don't really know where to search, there is this website called SkyScanner, which is fantastic because you can just not choose specific dates and it just shows you with the chart. Or if you're Russian, there is Aviasales, which is great too, because you can just choose entire month or where you can go. So obviously that's an option. You can always hitch. There is certain rules that apply to that. Sometimes it can be a horrible experience, but sometimes you might as well have so much fun. So really give it a go. Try it out. Not my thing anymore. I'm done with hitchhiking. It's just tiring and it's just not guaranteed and it just pisses me off. I've done my share of hitching. Like, I don't want to do that again. So how do you make money on the road anyway? Like, how is that even an option? So there is different ones. Obviously, if you've pulled it off and you're working online, great for you. But at my peak travel times, I haven't. So what I did was, basically I would make a bunch of paintings, like little ones with acrylic paint, you know, with acrylic markers. And just sometimes I would sell on the streets, because I don't know, in Europe you can. It's not really such a big deal. There is probably a lot of other street artists already, so you can always just come up to them and ask them like, how do you do this? Do you have a license? What's going on? But I didn't really have any type of license. I didn't have anything. I would just sit on the street and sell my paintings. Or sometimes I'll go on the bus and people are interested in what I'm doing, or they want to support me, and they would get my painting. So it's always a good idea to actually have something that you can sell. or in general just have something, you know, that you can give out to people. Some guys make jewelry, macrames, and apparently they sell because they're beautiful with crystals and all that stuff. To be honest, I'm not a big fan. I definitely prefer working online. It's just so much less hustle, and it's just, you know, but if you're just hanging on the street with some new friends, and then sometimes someone just decides to walk past and buy something of you, why not? So I want to add about accommodation actually. And the thing is, you know, what I've realized is once you're there already, once you start going to places, like, people talk. Usually it's not just one located in the area, and you can just kind of move around. That's what I used to do. So, you know, people that lived in our commune used to go to this nudist beach, and we would just kind of like all relocate from place to place. So just to sum it up, accommodation, you've got Workaway and you've got Couchsurfing. Workaway, you gotta work. Couchsurfing is just on friendly type of basis. Try out whatever works for you. If you do hostels, they do pay. In some countries, I don't think it's everywhere. Sometimes you can exchange, you know, knowledge of English as well for accommodation and food, because some families actually want people to come in and teach their children, so they would get volunteers type people like that from Workaway, and sounds fun to me. I love teaching English, it's so much fun. So when it comes to hitchhiking, right, so there is, as I've mentioned, certain rules. Obviously it's a bit of a grey area, you know, but it is possible. We've done it. There were some lovely people that I came across in when I went hitching. So, you know, it's just inconvenient, but other than that, it can be okay. Main thing is you gotta get picked up where people can stop. Like, nobody's gonna break the law because of you. Like, nobody even knows you technically. Like, it's possible to become friends like this, but, you know, if people don't know you, how? They're not gonna stop. Then also make the signs big, bold letters, so that people can see where you're going. But for some of my friends, it didn't really work out that well. They actually prefer to not have the sign and just do a thumb up situation, because sometimes you get picked up and like halfway and people would still stop, and it's good enough for you. But also the thing that is actually the most difficult is you gotta look happy when you're standing there by the road for hours like that, and you just gotta look happy, because if you look miserable, nobody's gonna care to pick you up. That's the problem. And sometimes it's like sandy in the eyes and all that stuff, but it is what it is, my friend. Please don't get discouraged. Traveling is so much fun, but it just comes with some inconveniences when we're talking about budget traveling. So if you're in that type of situation, you can always reach out to me. If you don't have a place to stay, obviously I can't hook you up with a place, but I can give you some tricks on how to sleep on the streets and all that stuff. So if you're experiencing that type of situation, give me a shout. So if you watched this far, you're an absolute legend. Please don't forget to like this video, give me a thumb up, hit the notification bell. What was that? And see you around.